Hey, 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 hey. Oh, yeah. What's up, good people? What's going on this cold, icy, and frozen Wednesday morning? Yeah, here we are. Well, here I am, back, giving you more news that you can use. And I told you, we're going to keep doing this thing until season starts again. So, here it is. The excitement, but critical time for the Cowboys. Yeah, I probably say, what you mean, G? Well, we're going to talk about it. There's a lot of stuff going on, and then there's not much going on, if that makes sense. Yeah. But anyway, how is everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing great. On the 1st of February. How y'all say it? Y'all say February or y'all say February? Come on now. I'm from Page Street. We say February. Yeah, February. Don't judge me. But yeah, February 1st, 2023, where the temperature down here in Texas is 25 degrees. We have not snow, but ice. Yeah, we don't get all that fluffy stuff. We get ice, rain mixed with sleet, with cold weather is a great formula for ice. So don't let people fool you. Look, it's snowing out there. It ain't snow. That is not snow. That is actually ice that looks like snow. And man, I tell you what. So my dog, I got one dog that stays in the house, which is not my dog, but it's my dog, but it's not my dog. It's my daughter's dog. And we've been keeping it for about a year now. Yeah. But my Roddy, he's not outside dog. He's not inside dog. But he does pretty good in the cold. But when it gets this cold, I don't let him stay out there. I take him in my man cave in the garage. He kicks back and gets up under the heat and everything. I got a big heater out there and everything. But I've been off since Monday. And I would love to sleep in on Mondays. I mean, while I'm off, but I can't. I have to get up early in the morning, take him out the garage, take him to the back, feed him, let him do his business. I leave him out there about an hour or so, lay on the couch, get back up, put all my clothes back on, go back out there, bring him back in the garage, let him sit in the garage for a few hours and let him warm up. Then I take him back. Hey, I'd rather be at work. Let's just say that. I'd rather be at work. But anyway, what's up, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Headquarters, and America's team? And it's your boy G, the number one Cowboy fan, Hampton, coming to you live, direct, and correct. And I want to say thank you for everybody that's been a part of this channel, all the supporters, subscribers, and followers. Because I'm going to tell you something. It hadn't been an easy road, but we are growing. So thank you, guys. One thing about me, I'm going to always acknowledge the fan base, the subscribers, and the followers of this channel. I just the way it is. I mean, because you guys and ladies, y'all make this channel go. Not just me, but everybody that participates. So, yeah. So I have to acknowledge everybody, and like I always say on this channel, it's okay to agree to disagree, but we all respect one another's opinion because that's basically what it is. It's our opinion. And we try to, state what's facts, and we also voice our opinion about our Dallas Cowboys. Now, anybody outside that comes against our Cowboy, Well, we got something for him. What we do for him, we do this to him. We do this to him. Ain't no room for no, outsiders. So we will try to convert them as possible. So here we are. Here we are. Let's get on to this. What I have to talk to you guys about. But like I said, it's an exciting year, but critical year for the Dallas Cowboys. And y'all probably say, well, what do you mean by that? Well, we're gonna get right on into this. So before we do, give you a little update on the latest news. So no longer do we have to worry about a Sean Payton because it's been reported that Sean Payton has been traded to the Broncos. Yes, Sean Payton is off the market. He is no longer single. he is married to a team once again. So yeah, we need to be excited about that. So not necessarily saying that Mike McCarthy job is not in jeopardy, but we don't have to worry about Sean Payton coming to the Cowboys. But so what has been told is that he's been traded to the Broncos. The Broncos will receive a future third round pick, and the Saints will receive a 2023 first round pick and a 2024 second round pick. So I think it's going to be good for Russell Wilson. I really think, now that Sean Payton's with the Denver Broncos, that, this will be great for Russell Wilson. I just don't feel that Russell and the former coach and the play calling just didn't mix. We've seen that. We've had the same issue here in Dallas. But Russell Wilson's too good to be, put in a situation like that. So they have brought in some help for him, which was Sean Payton. Now, if you look at Sean Payton and what he did with Drew Brees, basically he has the same type of quarterback as Drew Brees in Russell Wilson. So just only, I think they're one's 5'10", one's 5'10", one's 5'11", 6 feet. I think yeah, I think Russell Wilson's 5'11" and Drew Brees is 6 feet. They both probably about 5'8", 5'9". You know how that goes. But they're two quarterbacks of the same, really. They're veterans. Both have, I think, the Super Bowl championship. They've both been in the league about same amount of time, and they're very experienced coaches. So I mean quarterbacks. So I think Sean Payton is stepping into a good situation. So congratulations to Sean Payton, Russell Wilson, and the Denver Broncos for what they got coming up this season. Also, um, the Houston Texans has reached an agreement with D'Amico Ryan, the San Francisco defensive coordinator. 49ers, every time y'all get close, something happens. 49ers ain't gonna take. They don't want to talk about that. I'm gonna tell you right now. They do not want to talk about that. They do not want to talk about that. Now it's another uphill battle for the 49ers. So I'm just saying, you know, you win some and you lose some. So that's where y'all are. Y'all gotta go back to the drawing board. Oh my gosh, So anyway, yeah. Uh D'Amico Ryan is headed to Houston, Texas. Straight back to the dirty South. South side. South side. Yeah. But I guess this is, I know that it says that his family is thrilled that he's back in Houston, as a former uh uh, defensive player back in the day. But he has family here in Houston, down in Houston. So they are thrilled to have him back. But, let me say this about, and I guess it's a great thing. One thing we don't have to worry about, we have to worry about the Rudy rule because they did have Lovey Smith, so the big ups to Houston Texans for, you know, looking for talent, not a certain type of coach, but talented or a person, a coach of talent, regardless of his skin color, but because of his character and his experience. But which with the Miko Ryan, this will be his first year as a head coach. Now, I said this here too. Is the same thing with what we went through with Dallas. We brought in Wade Phillips to be a defensive coordinator and head coach. And it didn't go too well for Wade Phillips due to the fact that he was a head coach and he was the defensive coordinator. So he had a lot on his plate. And which we know that Wade Phillips was a great defensive coordinator, but I think because we gave him the job as a head coach and he also did the play calling as well for the defense, I think that was just a lot for him, you know. So I don't knock D'Amico Ryan for taking a head coaching job, but it's just the fact of the matter is that you have a bigger responsibility as a head coach. And and I'm sure he'll probably bring in a defensive coordinator, but at the same time, will he be the one to call the plays? Because see, that's the thing, you know, a great defensive coordinator, time can be limited due to the fact of the other responsibilities that he will probably have, with overseeing the team. So, uh, wish the Houston Texans and D'Amico Ryan nothing but luck, but 49ers, damn, I know it's so close, but yet so far. So now y'all got to find a defensive coordinator. Yeah, so, yeah, that's what's going on with that. So, I'm not really, saying that Houston Texans was a bad team. I think Lovey had a pretty decent team. He just didn't have all the pieces, and I don't think they gave Lovey enough time to, get that team together. But, D'Amico Ryan has a lot on his plate. He has a lot to do with this Houston Texans team. So, um, I'm sure he's going to starting today, getting on the phone and trying to find some coaches and things like that, and try to get this team together. So, you know, so congratulations to D'Amico Ryan. Also, Tom Brady calls it quits. Yes, you guys was all invited to his retirement party when we played him back a couple of weeks ago. And we also had the opportunity to send him off into retirement. So, yeah. Thank you, Tom Brady, and congratulations on your retirement. And you can thank us later. So now go on. Nah, I'm not going to even get into that. I'm not going. That's pretty ugly, but yeah, congratulations, Tom the Goat Brady. That's who you are, brother. You did it. I can't take that away from you. So, Tom Brady calls it quit. He is retiring for good. So let's get into our conversation. And here we are, guys. We have talked about certain things on the panel. What was that, Monday night? And we had a live stream. But one thing I had a chance to bring up is this coaching staff that we have. Um, we have two Super Bowl caliber coaches. We got Mike McCarthy, whom won a Super Bowl, and we got a defense coordinator, Dan Quinn, who appeared in a Super Bowl. I don't know if he won. Yeah, he appeared. And knowing this, and now knowing that we're starting with a clean slate, I said this on Monday night. There's no more excuses. There's no more excuses for a lackluster play, um, first and second round drop off, things like that. I mean, it's no way you get two Super Bowl caliber coaches on the same staff and now make a deep push to the championship or the Super Bowl. So as we know, Kellen Moore is no longer the offensive coordinator for the Cowboys. I'm sure everybody's heard that. And if you haven't, where have you been? Good grief, living under a rock or in a cave. I don't know, but yeah. So we know that's no longer the case, and we know that Mike McCarthy is going to be the one that's going to call the plays. They did interview an offensive coordinator the other day. I think it's Nixon or somebody like that. Um, he has a little history as far as assistant offensive coordinator for a team. I can't remember, But they did do the interview. This guy, Joe, I think that's his name. But at the end of the day, Mike McCarthy will be calling his plays. And again, like I said, if that's the case, I think this is going to be good for Dak because I think this is going to give um, Mike McCarthy the opportunity to teach Dak. He's going to have to teach Dak that he has to protect the ball, that he has to control the offense. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about knowing that Mike McCarthy is calling the plays. And I don't care what nobody says, now people are griping, well, we thought Kellen Moore was the issue. Now he already got a job. Well, that's great that he has a job. But guys, proof is in the pudding. We've seen what has happened. Everybody say, oh, we finished, we put up all these yards. Yeah, but how far did it get us? How far did it get us? It only got us so far. And no, we can't. I put all the blame on Kellen Moore, as but a lot of blame goes on Dak. A lot of blame goes on Mike McCarthy. But Mike McCarthy was one that always said that if they are the one that installs the plays or calls the plays, that's the person that does that job. But now Mike McCarthy say, if my job is on the line, well, I want to go out my own way. So he's decided to call his own plays. And I don't know if you guys are aware, but Mike McCarthy was a hell of a play caller. I kid you not. And what, I'm gonna say this here, and I also mentioned something about how we were using tight end. I said this on Monday night that how we didn't really put a lot of we didn't put a lot into taking a lead back serious to where we was using offensive linemen, we was using tight ends as lead blockers. I'm gonna tell you something. One thing about Mike McCarthy believes in running the ball. Mike McCarthy believes in running the ball. He's going to run the ball. I promise you that. And what that means, you won't see another tight end as a lead block. You won't see another lineman as a block. You're going to see a fullback, someone that understands the play calling and understands what it means to be a lead blocker. So, yeah, I see that. So we're going to see some changes. That's why I say this is the exciting part about our Cowboys, because now we know that there has been a change and we want to see what that change looks like. So again, it's going to be exciting, but I really feel that we will concentrate on bringing in a true fullback. If we're going to do any lead blocking, you won't no longer see all this tight end Hendershot, and Schultz, and Ferguson, and all these other guys as lead blockers, and McGovern. No, that's band-aids. And I also think what we're also gonna see more of Dak being under center. You're not gonna see all this five wide run deep. You're gonna see more schemes, offensive schemes with Mike McCarthy. You're gonna see some slants. You're gonna see some crossing routes. You're gonna see some verticals. You're gonna see and that's gonna lead me to my next topic, but you're going to see a lot different schemes than what we saw with Kellen Moore. Now, maybe Kellen Moore does better over there with Herbert over there. Who knows? But we wish him the best. But it's time for a change. You know. So, and I said that with the different scheme on this offense, but I have to say the jury is still out on our receiving core and Dak. And I know we're all saying we need to get a receiver. We need to get him some help. We need to get, he need to do this and do that for Dak. But I have to ask the question, how much of that comes from the scheming, from the play calling? How much of that, we want to blame the receivers, say the receivers are not running route. And I can't say that that was a problem, but I don't think we didn't emphasize on route running. I think our practices were about, okay, you're going to do a 7, you're going to do a 2, but we never worked on, okay, when you get here, I need you to, I want you to press up on him and then make it break. Because I did see some times where our receivers was breaking off early, or our receivers was breaking off late, or wasn't coming back. But there's something internally that we don't know, what's going on between Dak and the receiving core. But I'm kind of little not skeptical, but I'm kind of pausing as far as going out and drafting a receiver. Now, like I would love to have T.Y. Hilton back here. I really do. I think T.Y. Hilton, he's a veteran. That's one thing about the receiving core we got with C.D. Lamb, Michael Gallup, Noah Brown. These guys are young. They're still learning. They're still in their four year process with the team. So they're still learning. But with T.Y. Hilton, even Amari Cooper was actually teaching C.D. Lamb of how to run the routes properly or what to do in this situation. So I think T.Y. Hilton will have that opportunity too. I think we need the veteran leadership out there with C.D. Lamb and Michael Gallup. So I would love to get T.Y. Hilton back. Um, it's just about putting our receivers in position to uh, make plays. Okay. So the jury's still out. I mean, I still want to see Simi Fehoko. We still have Simi Fehoko that we could probably get out there. Can we put Jalen? I mean, what's his name? Jalen Tolbert. Jalen Tolbert. It can't. So we want to go. Let's go draft receivers. Here it is. We still got three that's going through their 4-year contract. Want to bring some more new rookies in? I mean, you can, but with that being said, we can probably go out there and get some veterans, a couple of veterans to help. We let go James Washington, but yeah, yeah, that's a whole different story about this receiving, drafting receivers and picking up receivers and things like that. That's a whole different story, but it is what it is. But yeah, I'm still like I'm pausing on going out and just drafting receivers right now. That I just really don't think that's the necessity. I think our necessity is directed towards our offensive line, and we're going to get into that offensive line here in a minute. But here's the question: so I know a lot of people are wondering, will Dak contract be restructured? Now, I had a buddy come on Monday night. He kind of gave us an insight on how that works, along with another buddy of mine, Cowboy Corner, and Pete PR Cowboy kind of gave us a inside scoop on how that works. Um, like Cowboy Corner said, basically, it's not up to Dak if he restructured or not. It's in his contract that the Cowboys, the front office, has the right to restructure his contract. And according to PR Cowboy, which is Pete, he also said there's a difference between restructuring and extending the contract. And by extending the contract, we can free up almost like $36 million. Come on now. $36 million, pretty much almost up to about 40 some million out there. We do our cuts and we do what we need to do as far as to regain more money, and knowing that the salary cap has been bumped up. But so it's not up to Dak if they restructure or not. It's if the Cowboy does, which brings up a question and something to watch out for. We need to watch real carefully if the Cowboys restructure, restructure. How did I just mess that up? I just messed that word up. Or extends his contract. If so, great. If they do not, be ready for the Dallas Cowboys to draft a quarterback. I know y'all probably say, well, what do you mean? Yeah. So that's what we have to watch to see if they restructure. Now I'm conscious of me messing up that word, or extends Dak's contract. Okay. So again, if they do follow through with it, that frees up a lot of money. I talked about who we have to what we have to pay in 2023. We have to pay D Law 26 million, Dak 49 million, Zeke 16.7 million, Michael Gallup's 13.8 million, Zach Martin 19 million. So we have to pay out a total of $93 million this season. And I hate to say it, I just don't really know if Zeke's going to be here. I really don't. But we can talk about it. I just don't know. We might have seen Zeke his last year um, in a Dallas Cowboy uniform. Where it's written down now, we save $5 million if we cut Zeke. And it just depends on how aggressive we're going to be as far as finding talent. Are we going to be passive or are we going to be aggressive, go out there and try to find talent for Dak and for this offense? We don't know. But I know a lot of people come down on Zeke, man. But, I'll never come down on Zeke because I've seen the best of Zeke, because Zeke, basically when drafted, when we drafted Zeke, he was the number one running back of the class as far as rushing yards up until this last season. This last season, he was finally surpassed by what's his name, Derrick Henry. So I will never ever talk bad about Zeke because Zeke gave us everything. I mean, everything that he had, and it's unfortunate that we weren't able to get him where he needed to be. People say, "Ah, he's trash." Ah, man, y'all, that bothers me. He's trash. He's not good anymore. Well, of course, you run a hot rod after so many a muscle car so many times after so long. Guess what? That engine's going to have to be replaced. But you enjoyed it while the times that it went up and down the track. God Almighty, people are so hard on Zeke, man. It's like, man, what else y'all want from Zeke? Let's just say, okay, man, yeah, Zeke, you know, he's probably at that point. Emmett came to that point. Every running backs, they're probably the most under. Well, I'm not gonna say Zeke was underpaid, but they probably pretty much have the hardest job: blocking, running, getting hit, catching passes, things like that. Come on, man, that's your grunt man right there. But people, oh, he's trash. He's not doing his job, and oh, they need to get rid of him. Really, you want anyway? But that's your opinion. My opinion is, I'm thankful for Zeke and what all he brought to the table. That's my dude. But it might be possible that we probably seen the last of Zeke. So he saves 5 million, gets the salary cap. Uh, who else? Basically, that's it. We got Michael Gallup. You can cut him, but you only go. You saved my 5 million. But again, it's too early. I know he wasn't. He wasn't. He wasn't effective, or he didn't contribute as much. But how much is that is the scheme? How much is that of the play calling to where he's not even included in the routes? What if they just got a A and B and not a C? So it's still early. I'm not going to really just in which come to find out, he did. Michael Gallup had underwent arthroscopic surgery on his right knee and his ankle. So it said it shouldn't hurt anything, but basically he should be in full participation in April. So, but this was just something that was reported. But again, I just we have to see what we do up under this new management of this offensive play caller. So yeah, that's where we are. So again, we're talking about salary cap, saving money, but I want to make this. I may make this clear. Did you guys know Joe Philbin? We know we had about 6, 7 players. I mean, not players, but coaches that were released. Yeah, well, that's all because not that they were fired, but because their contract ran out and the Cowboys decided to do something different. Again, it's nothing gangster we did. We didn't do gangster. We didn't do nothing gangster like y'all get out, you're not coming back. No, it's just basically released these individuals, particularly Joe Philbin. And Joe Phil was making $2 million. The crap and one of the most simplistic offensive line play play callers there is. I mean, it's just his scheme was so basic. I just didn't get it, you know. But yeah, we had to release Joe Philbin. You making too much money, along with a lot of other Mike McCarthy's uh buddies. Now, did that come from Mike McCarthy or did it come from Jerry Jones? We don't know. But I like the move. I hate the fact that we lost George Elward. You know, he was a great linebacker coach for Leighton Vander Esch and Micah Parson. You know, I think that was kind of hard on Micah Parson that they lost him. But again, they have to free up some money some way, somehow. So they had to do what they had to do. And that brings up Tyron Smith. What do we do with Tyron Smith? What do y'all think? Do we bring Tyron Smith in? It's been told that Tyron Smith hadn't played a full game since 2019, a full season since 2019, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, we could bring him back for cheap, a little bit cheaper, because we do have Terrence Steele. So it's possible we might see the last of Tyron Smith. I don't know. It just depends on how Mike McCarthy might. We might see a lot of new faces. We might see a lot of new faces. And that one thing I can say, you know, Mike McCarthy, he is one basically he can spot talent. He's something like a Bill Belichick. You know, you hear a bunch of no names. I forget the running back, which was a receiver, Starks. Starks was a receiver, and he made him a running back, and the dude was a beast at running back. I think it was Patterson. I think we had another. Well, not us, but Green Bay. You know, so it's about who can get the job done. So you know, this guy here is more blue collar. It's Mike McCarthy as far as, you know, players. You don't have to be a big name. You just got to be able to do the job. So, again, Tyron Smith, I mean, great player, but do we try to make room to bring him back, or do we go out and get another tackle in the draft? Now, personally, I would say that you would probably keep Tyler Smith at the left and Terrence Steele to come back to the right. And my first pick in the draft, I'm picking me a guard. I'm picking me a guard. I would have to pick me a guard. Um, we have Connor McGovern, but we also have Zach Martin. Zach Martin has been great, but Zach Martin is getting up there in age. You know, Connor McGovern, you know, he's okay. He plays pretty good, but we might have to get ready to fill that position. So yeah, that's my first pick, and we're going to get into that into this draft here soon, right after the Super Bowl. That's probably when we'll start talking draft. But right now, we're just going over what's going on with the Dallas Cowboy headquarters right now. So yeah, we might see the last of Tyron Smith, and who knows? It just depends on which direction the Cowboys want to go in. If they're going to go all the way out and be aggressive and free up as much money as they need, up to anywhere to $40 to $43 million, well, you're going to see a lot of people get cut, which could also be Tony Pollard. We can franchise Tony Pollard for $15 million, but you also can get two good running backs in the draft. Somebody like a Bijan Robinson if he's available. Not sure if he's good as Pollard, but if you're trying to free up money, so you might see a whole new core of running backs, new names. We got Dalton Schultz. I just don't think we'll bring Dalton Schultz back. Dalton Schultz, when we got Ferguson, we got Hendershot, and we got Keon, whatever his name is. Yeah, we got him. I don't think we're gonna bring Anthony Brown back. We'll probably slide Deron Bland. Why not? Slide Deron Bland down there at the that cornerback position. I don't think Anthony Brown will be back. Malik Hooker, he might not come back. We still have Bell. What's his name? Marquise Bell, that we can probably bring in and play back there with Donovan Wilson. So Leighton Vander Esch. Does Leighton Vander Esch come back? Who knows? We might just bring in what everybody's been complaining about. Where is Jabril Cox? What is Jabril Cox? We might see Jabril Cox. We've probably been saving Jabril Cox for this time. So we might not even see Leighton Vander Esch. It just depends on what Mike McCarthy is trying to do. He can be Jerry and them can be frugal and try to keep everybody who they have, or they can free up a lot of money to get a couple of veterans out there to bring some veterans in, along with a couple of draft picks. You can do a lot with, or you can actually go get you a top-notch linebacker, middle linebacker with $43 million freed up. I don't know how they plan on spending that money, but it's possible. It's possible with $43 million max. You can do some things. So yeah, I see the case that the Cowboys will restructure. I'm just messing up that word for whatever. I'm so conscious about it. Restructure. But if we do cut Tyron Smith, we save $9 million if he's cut. And to correct myself, Tyron Smith has not played a full season since 2017. Come on, man. So there could definitely be a few surprises with, when it comes down to it. So again, here we are. I had asked in the last video, hey Jerry, have we reached that 500th coach yet? Because y'all remember back when Jimmy Johnson left, he said I can find 500 coaches that can coach this team. Well, brother, we probably at 499 right now. So hopefully we've made the move to where now we can put things in place. Like I say, this is definitely an exciting time, but it's also a critical time that we have to put pieces in places to be successful, because we all know that NFC East is going to be that much stronger next year. Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm excited that it came out the NFC East, knowing that the Commanders are, like we said on Monday, they're probably a quarterback away from repeating or being better next year. The Giants with Coach Dable over there, he's not joking around, and I'm pretty sure he's pretty pissed about how they showed up in that last playoff game. And then you got the Philadelphia Eagles. They're not going to stop now because, they won a Super Bowl. They're going to keep mashing the gas. So, again, this is the opportunity for us to be aggressive and to be able to be competitive. So that's something to think about. We have to really think about that and see what we really going to do when it comes to this off season. But it's going to be definitely something to see. And time will tell. Well, that's all I got for right now. Hope I didn't leave anything out, but we're definitely going to keep coming to you guys with news you can use when we hear about it. And you'll be the first to know about it. One of the first to know about it when we find out. So I'm going to continue to play this log cabin fever that I have right now. The walls are getting smaller. I got to get outside. I got to do something. But it seems like this ice is going to be around till Thursday. Till Thursday. Here we are Wednesday. So A little mini vacation for me, but I gotta get out this house. But anyway, so everybody that's out there, especially if you're in the DFW area, be safe. And if you don't have to get on the roads, don't go. I know the walls are closing in on me as well, but just step outside, slide down the driveway or something. But don't. If you don't have to drive, don't drive. I've been in this before. It's not a good feeling driving on ice. It's a terrible feeling. I think that's one of the most intense moments for me that I've ever experienced trying to get home from work driving on ice. So, anyway, you guys, be careful. Enjoy the rest of your day. And we'll get back with you on our next endeavor, our next meeting. So like I always say, since we didn't do it last time, let's do it this time. Don't nothing come to a sleeper but a dream. So let's make it happen. Dallas Cowboys.